You know, of all the places in the world, we couldn't imagine a better backdrop for hosting as we welcome our ball hockey community from around the world to St. John's, Newfoundland for the 2018 ISBHF World Junior Ball Hockey Championships. There's a lot to talk about, and we're going to get right to it with the president of the ISBHF, Mr. George Gorstos. George, welcome to St. John's.
I've been here many times, and I've been here for ball hockey, and I know how passionate these fans are, and we're going to probably see with a packed house for two big games today.
Right on. So you've been here before, and just talk about, we've been in town for a couple of days now. Talk about the experience of St. John's. You've been here before, as you've mentioned, and also just the job that the organizing committee has done thus far for hosting this week.
Well, I think the most important thing is that we want these tournaments to be growth experiences for the kids. And we're in a unique part of Canada that really has a great history in the sport. So right off the bat, these kids are going to tourist destinations. They're seeing a different genre of living. And I think whether they win or lose, they're winning. And the organizing committee has been all these volunteers, and I keep saying it, that's the secret vitamin of the ISBHF that separates us. It makes those volunteers that are here, the 20, 30 of them, that volunteer their time, and they're here to welcome these 12 national teams that came here and make this event run smoothly, or what makes it go.
Well said. And you were in the Czech Republic last week for the other junior championships this year. Talk about the differences between this year's junior championships and the one that we saw in Sheffield 2 years ago.
Well, in Sheffield we had 18 national teams, 6 at U16, 18, and U20. And what we decided to do was we wanted to bring the girls in. And I want to tell you, in the Czech Republic, the girls were awesome. The U20 girls, and one of the nice things was we brought them all together on the floor after the games, and they were exchanging their Facebook and their uniforms, and I really enjoyed the hockey. It was fantastic. And the U16 was phenomenal. Also, we want to bring more names. We have Poland there, and that's their ice hockey team at U15 for the IHF, and they came to play ball hockey, and they were a great group of athletes, and they want to come back and play again. So by splitting it up, we essentially had 12 junior teams here and 15 there. So if you look at it from a growth perspective, Colin, we had 27 junior teams in 2018 where we had only 18 in 2016. So what does that tell you? We're growing, and we're growing quickly.
We're on the home stretch here. It's Championship Sunday. Which teams have stood out to you so far this week?
Well, that's a good question. I find myself wanting to watch the UK play. And the reason why I say that is this program was essentially launched maybe about 10 years ago, and they're really located in the north of England, and they're growing. And you can see their ball hockey is becoming more and more depth in their skill and how they approach it, and they're actually very competitive. They could have won some very important games. I remember they just lost to USA 3-1, I believe, and that was back and forth. So that team has really impressed me. The other nation, actually, quite honestly, in 2016, both Canada and Slovakia were in all 3 finals. Right. And from 2016 to 2018, something's happened in the Czech Republic because they won the U20 girls, and they're going to be in both finals here. And you can see that they're really coming back at the junior level, and I've been very impressed with the Czech Republic.
Myself as well, and this especially just touching on the story of the UK, there is something really uniquely special about their entire organization. When you're around the benches and around the players, the coaches, the support that their family gives to one another when they're in and out of the rink, it's truly incredible. The story of Angus Lang, their goaltender, who separated his shoulder mid-game and actually popped it back in and continued in his 4th and final World Juniors as a 12-year-old. He actually had his 13th birthday when he started his first juniors in Pilsen in 2012. It's a remarkable story how far that they've come, and truly just a beautiful model for our up-and-coming nations as well. To Marcus in the Falkland Islands as well, we're thinking of you. We appreciate all the work that you and your organization is doing in South America. Just a word for Marcus and the rest of the crew down there.
Well, this is part of our plan to get our sport launched on a world level. Marcus is being very keen to start ball hockey in the Falkland Islands, and actually accrued funding to send 2 coaches from Canada there. We believe that the Falkland Islands could be an eye to South America and a launch pad. And with Marcus's passion, he's also trying to get to Košice in 2019 at the big Super Bowl that we always have. That would be amazing, because we would have him there and we would be able to give him as much knowledge to take back to that region. So, to the Falkland Islands, keep up the good work, and hopefully we'll see you at the World Tournament very soon. We'd love to have you.
It's going to be exciting, and it's amazing to think that we're just 11 months from that. Now, let's look ahead to the fall as we wrap here, that we've got 2 more events on tap for 2018 at the ISBHF. The first is the Masters, and of course the Asia Championship as well in November. Just a word about those 2 exciting upcoming tournaments.
Well, the Masters is being hosted by Bermuda. If you haven't been on the website, that rink was built by North Americans there in Bermuda, and they did it all on their own. And they're going to be hosting the world there. I think we have 17 national teams going, 12 men's, 5 women's. Once again, the formula is coming to the fore, where they have a very active organizing committee. They meet and they're planning, and proudly planning. You just can't put on a world event on a Women of Prayer. We've met already 10 times with them, and we will continue to meet. And what we want to do is we want to provide a great platform for these players to enjoy themselves in, a beautiful Bermuda. Sometimes I can't believe we're going there, but we are. And I think the players are going to be thrilled with, the events and the hard work that the organizing committee has done there.
It is tremendous, and we appreciate your words, as always, George, as we look forward to those events coming up this fall, and then again to Košice in Slovakia next year for the World Championships. Thank you.
Well, thank you. And let's not forget Hong Kong in 2018, right. And I'm looking forward. I haven't been out there, Colin, for Hong Kong to see the players of Asia. Again, that's an important area for us, so I'll be looking forward specifically watching you play there, so you better bring your A game in Hong Kong, Colin.
Well, don't worry about it, big guy. We're going to have a lot of fun there for sure. So we appreciate it, as always, in the city of St. John's and the entire organizing committee, Steve Power and the CBHA, for what they've done for us this week. Thank you so much.